Hi, I'm Justin Landon, the Governmental Affairs Director at the San Antonio Board of Realtors. Some may not know it, but governmental affairs is one of the primary member benefits that SABOR, the Texas Association of Realtors, and the National Association of Realtors provide their members. But the question I often get asked is, what is that benefit exactly? Well, I'll use an example. If you were born after 1980, there's a reasonable chance you've never been inside a travel agency. That's largely because very few exist anymore. As the airlines started going direct to consumer through the internet, a business once built on providing service to the consumer, paid on commissions for tickets, went away like that. This almost happened in real estate. The national banks wanted to get in on the action. For a while, Congress thought that sounded like a pretty good deal. I mean, who wouldn't want to go home and tell their constituents that they only needed to go to one place now to buy a home? But we all know the vital role realtors play in protecting clients throughout the home buying process. The realtor argument was that a bank's responsibility is to its lending portfolio, which means they sell their financial products, not necessarily the products that best fit the needs of the consumer. Who, in that scenario, is acting as a fiduciary for the buyer or seller? Not to mention, anytime there's less competition, costs go up. Our argument was persuasive, and in 2009, Congress voted to prevent the national banks from participating in real estate. This is just one example of how governmental affairs have prevented disasters for realtors. How do we accomplish it? We have a few methods. One is through issue advocacy, where we develop good public policy within our committees and then take it to our elected officials and move it across the goalpost. Recent examples include Proposition 5, which was known as Water for Texas. It was approved by the Texas voters last November, and we have a lot of water to look forward to in Texas. The other method is political advocacy. I like to use this analogy. After a natural disaster, it's always easy to find money, right? The hurricane blows, the fire burns, the earthquake shakes, and money just falls from the sky to put things right. I call this red money. But where was the money to make sure the levees in New Orleans could handle a storm like Katrina? Where was the money in California to make sure the trees were thin? This is green money, and it is so hard to get. Think about elected officials as red money and green money. When there's a state representative or a city council person that wants to put a tax on real estate, we're already 15 steps behind. To combat that issue, we're going to have to spend a lot more money and a lot more effort to keep it from happening. In fact, on an issue like a real estate transfer tax or rolling back the mortgage interest tax deduction, there really isn't a price too high to keep that a fiction. But if we do our work ahead of time and create green money, we can make sure that realtors and homeowner-friendly folks are elected in the first place. That's governmental affairs as simplified as you try to make buying a house for your client. In the next episode, I'll talk to you about one of the most important tools in government affairs, the Texas Association of Realtors Political Action Committee. Until then, thank you for watching.